Ryan Gilman tonight?
Any questions about Ryan Billman tonight? Anything specific?
How we hit the ball?
Big night for Rhino swinging the bat. You know, squared up 4 balls, big swing in the bat for the 3-run homer. We've been looking for some separation for a while now on offense. He's had some success against Westbrook, who's a tough pitcher, a good pitcher. I think he had 5 at-bats, 3 hits coming in, but tonight he stroked the ball extremely well. We know what he brings, the value he can bring behind the plate with the offense, and we know what McHenry brings behind the plate, with the defense. We're just trying to match them up and utilize them both to make a strong back there. Big night for Ryan. Very proud of him.
Offensively, has he looked pretty in sync since coming back from the DL? I know there's always a concern there.
There's always a concern, Jen, and he's probably come back as clean as any player I've ever had. I think he'd been on base or had a hit in every game until maybe the game in Milwaukee the other night to start the sandwich game of the series. So he's been in a pretty good place, seeing the ball well. He works extremely hard, and he wants his team to do well, and he wants to do well. So it's always a joy for a manager coach to see players get out there and show up like that first game at home. We've already got more wins at home than we did the last homestand, so good for us.
Clint, how much of a blow was it to lose a guy, a veteran switch hitting catcher with some pop like that for a couple of months?
Well, it's a good body shot. It takes the wind out of you. You lose Snyder, you lose Doman. They were piggybacking each other so extremely well to start the season. I mean, when they got unplugged, their offensive numbers were just about, if you combine them, as good as any catching position anybody else had in the league at the time. And Rhino had worked extremely hard through spring training to get himself in a good place. So you hate to see that happen, and then for him to have to persevere, go on a rehab, come back, and now get things rolling again. It's good for him. It shows his mental toughness, and it shows his perseverance.
Jose Veras came in a tough spot tonight and really pitched well. What was he doing well that allowed him to be as effective as he was?
Hitting the spots with his fastball, throwing his breaking pitch as well. I mean, he went through and threw out the meat of their order. Starting with Pujols in a tough situation, and then going through Holiday, Berkman, and Freese. Those are 4 good hitters. He earned his money tonight. Not that he doesn't earn his money every night, but he definitely earned his way tonight. Those are 4 big outs for us.
Is Pujols so good? Did he have to strike about twice on the same at bat?
Tonight he was. I don't know. I haven't looked at the tape, but everybody else that has told me it was a strike. So that's the hard part of the game. And again, it goes back to shows you Jose's mental toughness to regroup, throw a couple more fastballs, some foul balls, and throw another breaking ball to get strike 3. So he had an exceptional night.
Neil got a couple of hits, made that heads-up play, running at the plate, turned a couple double plays. Can you talk about his night tonight?
Neil?
Yes.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday about fatigue, I think, and it showed up tonight. Maybe he got his Pittsburgh legs back underneath him. And there's a strange, sometimes when you don't play well, you do look tired. And sometimes when offenses don't hit, they look sluggish or things like that. But the perception isn't always the reality. But I understand it. And then you watch a guy go out and play tonight, and he puts the barrel on a ball. He slaps one to left hard. He drives one to right center. Makes a blue-collar double play at another nice point in time in the game. It might not have been the prettiest or most athletic, but he gets 2 outs the hard way. And he loves to play, and he loves, again, another guy that wants his team to do well, and they just keep battling and keep throwing their effort out there every night.
Between the time we got the lineup this afternoon and game time, you moved the batting order around a little bit. Obviously, you played out well. What prompted the changes?
Number one, the lineup hadn't been posted, so every once in a while I'll play with a couple lineups, and I had one lineup down, I had another lineup down, and then actually Jimmy chose the other one. And Jimmy's lineup might have played out well as well. We'll never know. But in the second lineup, I just tried to find a way to strengthen the lineup, lengthen it out. There's no doubt Jones has probably been the most productive in the 2 spot, but if I'm going to play Harrison, I can't see him hitting 7th. All right, so I wanted to try and generate some speed at the top and then drop Jones down and stretch Doman out where it's much stronger as it moves down. It played out well tonight.
I know you're not going to get a trophy for this, but your team has won as many games now as it did all last year. At least somewhat encouraged by that fact because there's 42 games left.
You know, for 3.5 months, there's a lot of emotion, a lot of tide. In 3 weeks, a lot of that's been wiped out for a lot of people. Our mindset's the same. You know, we'll win them. We just need to win them, let somebody else count them. We're here to win a championship. We're here to win the Central title. It's been tough sledding for 3 weeks, but it hasn't been for lack of effort or lack of commitment of these guys. They're learning a lot through this. They're experiencing a lot through this. We're going to have to be strong to push through this. The strong will push through it. The weak will leave on the side of the road and move on. And I like what I'm seeing. I like the gutsy, the gritty effort. 57, that's what we got right now. We'll work on getting 58 tomorrow, and there's a pretty good pitcher on the mound for them tomorrow, so it'll be another major league challenge.
Thanks, Clint.
Thanks, buddy.